Okay, off and running with the reefer. We got loaded. We got down there. We dropped the flatbed, hooked the reefer, went and got loaded, and smooth run so far. Everything's cool. We're up here on top of Monteagle taking a little break. I'm really close to my first stop, and along this ride, man, I got to thinking, what if I told you the best loads aren't direct? And they're definitely not on the spot market, as you can see right now. Yeah, somewhere in the middle, there's a little something about private brokers, non-internet brokers. Some of these guys don't even know how to post a load on the internet. They've never seen a load board. And personally, that's where it's at, to me. Okay, so when the spot market is hot, it's like any other game. You play that market, you play the game, and you can win big time on it. Right now, it's not in the truck's favor, it's in the broker's favor. They're going to win. They're doing their job. Yeah, they're taking a hell of a lot of money. That's their job. Just like when it's on your side, we're all gouging. We're trying to get what we can. Direct? Hey, man, I was direct for 5 years with a guy. I didn't make the most money, but I had security. I had consistent work. I worked all the time, and I lived outside that bubble. I didn't have to participate in the spot market or anything else. But if security is what you're after, there's security in a job with a big company. But no, there's another way to go. And let me tell you a little story how I got started trucking, because it's not easy to get in this. When I started trucking, there was no internet load board. That was unheard of. There was an 800 phone number, a little spiral notepad, and a pen. And that's how you operated. And before you ever bought a truck, before you ever thought of buying a truck, you had to know somebody. Yes, it's very unfortunate, but that's the world we live in. You had to know somebody. And usually it was somebody pretty close to you, a friend, a neighbor. You worked at a place and the cool truck came in all the time and you got to know the guy. But you get to know somebody, and along the way, you had your deal worked out before you ever went and looked at a truck. You had a deal worked out. You knew this is who you were going to work for. Okay, I had to go get this load delivered. Nothing better than an empty wagon and getting paid. Be right back. So we got empty. That was quick and easy, nice and smooth, the way we like it. Back on these truck brokers that you don't find on the load board and the loads. Truck brokers and loads not found on the load board. Now, these guys, I don't think that, some of these guys don't even know what spot market is. I'm sure they do. They just don't participate. And there's reasons why. But let me tell you a story about a couple of these. I have one buddy. He hauls for a guy. His brother, his older brother, hauled for the same guy. His dad hauled for the same guy. It's another one, generational. That man, I don't know that he has a computer. He's very old school. Another friend of mine, he hauls for a guy that his dad hauled for before him. And that guy, the brokerage was handed to him from his dad. And these loads, you're not going to find them on the internet. In a couple of cases, the one dude, I guess, when you get really, really slammed, I think they've probably posted a couple of times, but they hate that. And number one reason is they do not know who they're getting. These guys like to know who they're putting their stuff on. To them, it matters. They're not hauling toilet paper and water and stuff. It matters to them. The equipment, the driver, they're a little more picky. They hate to put stuff out there on the board because you don't know who's calling you. And I understand that. There's an outfit up in the Northeast. These dudes literally want to meet you. If you get to be friends with one of the guys that are hauling in there, and they tell you, go by and see my dude, You could call him. You have to go there. They want you to pull in. They want to meet you. They want to see you. You better present yourself well. They want to see your truck. They want to see your trailer. They want to see inside your trailer. They're very picky, and you're not going to find those on the internet. And they pay a considerable amount more. These guys, they live outside that bubble. When the spot market is booming, they still make more money. When you guys thought the spot market was booming the last 2 years and everybody was getting a lot of money, these guys were getting paid more than that already. You still didn't quite catch up. And when the spot market falls apart, they're still getting the same money. And it's been like this for years and generations. There are truck brokers and loads that you're not going to find on the internet because they don't play spot market. Some of these guys, not only do they load you out, but as a favor to them for consistently loading you out with higher paying loads, you give them dibs on the truck coming back and they load you back. My stuff that I do, same situation. My man loads me out and back. And if I get to one of his customers where he doesn't have loads, then I get on the spot market and I get myself back. My wife gets me back. But there's a whole different world out there. If you're a new carrier and you started your company based on the spot market, you probably don't know anything about these, and it's going to take a while, unfortunately, to work your way in to knowing who's who, making the connections, building your network, and making your way into one of these places. It's important on any day, that if one of these guys decides, he's slammed and he's used up all of his trucks and he's still got an extra load and he goes to the spot market and you happen to be you call this guy, you may not even know it. So it's important whenever you load, and we're not talking the big box store chain brand spot market truck brokers, TQLs and CH Robinsons, the ones that you may not have heard of. Ask them what they do, what they consistently do, what they're looking for. And you never know. Maybe you run into one and you show them. That's why it's always good to do the best job you can, no matter who you're hauling for. Because it may matter. You may be hauling for one of them guys, and the guy tells you, hey, when you get back, give me a call. But other than that, it's really hard to get in there. And but the best loads are not on the spot market. And the best brokers don't post their loads on the spot market. Let me run inside real quick. Be back in a minute. Okay, back. As I was saying, the best loads, the best brokers are not on the spot market. To that, if you want to get to haul those, you want to work your way into that, man, just be patient, take your time, and get to know, build your network, get to know people, and work towards it. It's no different than any other job. Nobody starts at the top. If you go to work at the factory where your daddy and your grandpa worked, you know where you start? You start sweeping the floor. You're the laborer. You take out the garbage. You do the grunt work until you work your way up. It's no different in this. The easy, quick owner-operator, instant owner-operator program that we have nowadays, where easier finance, lease purchase, and all these, download an app onto your phone and get a load board, click on, make a call, find a load, and go to work. That's led a lot of people into believing that it's really easy. Again, and we're seeing that it's not so easy. It's because these markets fluctuate, and a lot of guys don't have the ability to survive these downturns when they're just starting out. And once you get off that spot market and you found your niche and you're working with some of these guys that I'm talking about, you're not worried about the ups and downs, because there really aren't that many ups and downs. It just gets a lot better, and you just have to survive it and pay your dues like everybody else, and you end up getting there. Best loads, best brokers are not on the spot market. And to me, it's still better than direct. And then how can it be better than direct? Because these guys can cover way more loads than you or me with one truck can. These guys have access to a whole lot of me's and a whole lot of you's, where I can only go cover one, and he can offer me this much money, and that's as much as I'm getting out of that guy direct. But this broker can demand a lot more money because he's providing so much more service and a much better service. Again, they're really picky about who they hire on, who comes and runs for them, the equipment they have. So they're doing something that an individual can't do. So there's that. And it's time for me to go pick up my load and head back south. I came up from my guy, and I'm in an area where he doesn't have his customers to bring me back. So my wife and I got on the spot market first thing this morning. I didn't pre-book because day of, sometimes you do better. I play the game, and it worked out. And hate me, I'm loading with TQL. Go get my big TQL load on, head back, kick it off. My man's gonna send me out again. And best of luck to everybody. Remember, keep grinding. Pay attention to who you are hauling for. Ask questions when you haul for these guys. It won't be the TQLs, the CH Robinsons, the Megas and the Coyotes and all those guys. It's not the big box store brand name load board spot market truck brokers. Some of these little off the wall that you don't know, ask questions, see what they've got going on, see if you might fit in. Remember, the work's not going to be easy, but the money, it's going to seem like, why does that pay so much more? You might be onto something. Ask questions, give them a good job, do the best you can, show them something. Maybe you get an invite back, you never know. All right, man, I'm out of here. Truck it up.